Hi, my name is Mackenzie Jacobs, and this is my Archaeology in My World assignment. The goal of this assignment is to track garbage in my apartment to see how much we use. We will be using one garbage can in the kitchen. We will be excluding the little garbage cans that we have in our room, but we're using that garbage can as like a community space to see how much we together kind of produce. By the end of these 3 weeks, I should be able to talk about what we throw away regularly, what we think archaeologists might say about excavating our trash, how do you think our trash has changed since the COVID-19 pandemic, and how the course lectures and textbook content explain our discoveries. Let's start! Hi, my name is Mackenzie Jacob, and today I'm going to be summarizing the waste I had in my apartment for week 1. We started the week off kind of strong, logging every single thing we could find or throw away, but then eventually we found that it became really difficult to remember. Sometimes my roommates weren't here, sometimes we just didn't write down what we were throwing away. There was a lot of problems. However, with the information we did gather, we found that we threw away a lot of plastic. This isn't something that we were surprised at. We knew that we did waste a lot of plastic, but it definitely gives us a goal for the next 2 weeks to watch what we throw away when it comes to that type of product. I also found that certain roommates wasted a lot more food than others. Sometimes we would forget things in the fridge for a few weeks and figure out we couldn't use it. Hopefully this will inspire us to actually use the food we buy so we don't waste and we can save money. That's it for week 1. I'll keep you up. So we have been using this garbage can as our main source to log what we have been throwing away. You can see throughout our kitchen that we have like our plastics things that we've been throwing out, some cardboard, some more food that always gets forgotten in the basket and thrown away eventually. We do drink a lot of tea. This was full like 2 weeks ago, so we do need to find a better way to not waste. Along with all the plastic products above our fridge. They're above our fridge because we're kind of waiting to figure out how to recycle them. Because we don't have recycling at my apartment, which makes it really hard to not produce a lot of waste. And it kind of makes us sad at the same time because we don't like throwing away plastic. So yeah, that's what week 1 looks like. Thanks. Hi, welcome to week 2 of things I threw away in my apartment this week. Excuse me, I look like an egg. I didn't want to get ready this morning. Now that we are in week 2, we are seeing some trends of things that we throw away every day. For example, every day I wash my face, so I use 2 cotton rounds, and then I floss my teeth, so I use floss every single day. We have tea almost every single day. Of course, depending on the week, there is usually always somebody in our apartment throwing away feminine hygiene products, but those didn't always get logged. But that is something that is very bad for the environment, so there are definitely different products we could be using instead of plastic ones. We are also eating a lot of meat, including red meats, chickens, fish, so that not only produces a lot of carbon emissions, but again, more plastic and even styrofoam. 2 of us have been better at not wasting food, but it's still a little problem. All 3 of my roommates use HelloFresh. Here's a look into our fridge, by the way. So we have a lot of packaging from HelloFresh. They claim to be very environmentally friendly. However, we do find a lot of waste that comes out of their food as well, like plastic and cardboard and paper. A lot of our produce, even though we're eating healthy, becomes stored in plastic. For example, these meat packages, we have a ton. To avoid using plastic bags, we like to use these containers here so we don't have to continuously throw them away. They're reusable. That's awesome. Sometimes we use styrofoam, sometimes we use cardboard, as you can see, like displayed by our eggs here. I grabbed the chocolate while I was in the fridge. Yeah, those are just some examples of things that we use all the time that are creating a lot of waste. Thanks for watching week 2, and I will see you in week 3. Hello! It is now week 3 of tracking my garbage. It's really not that exciting. This week we were so much better at tracking what we threw away. We actually had like lots of garbage every single day, and I think it was because we were actually writing it down. Even though we're aware of it though, we're still using too much plastic. But for some reason we also wasted a lot of food this week. But it's always like scraps, so it's okay. It's like we're using the food, but we're throwing away things like the lemon peel, the apple core, the green pepper scraps, things like that. And since we're nearing kind of the end of the semester, we threw away a lot of big things that we were running out of. For example, like laundry detergent, cleaning supplies bottles like Windex, paper towels, all that kind of stuff. We also had a small painting night of about 6 girls, so we had pizza and threw away pizza boxes and wasted pizza that we didn't eat. And something we haven't been tracking is grocery bags. I just forgot. I don't know if anybody else has one of these, but we have in my apartment what is called the bag of bags. This is our bag of bags. It sometimes floods onto the top, but yeah, for some reason we save them, thinking that we'll take them somewhere to be recycled, but alas, they sit, and they have been since the first day of school. Because of COVID, there actually has not been a lot of stores accepting plastic bags, so that's a problem that we're running into. I feel like if somebody were to excavate people of this era, they'd always wonder, why do so many households have bags of bags? I know we're not the only ones. However, this problem could be solved by using reusable bags. It's so simple to just buy a $1 reusable bag at the store. But I'm also a heathen and I always forget my reusable bags at home. One way to fix this, just keep them in your car all the time. So that's week 3. This is a pie chart of our findings. Obviously plastic is number 1 at 37.5%, and in second place we have food. Cosmetic supplies and cardboard supplies come in at 3rd and 4th place. And we use multiple other categories to describe what we threw away, but those did not have as much in them. Looking at our overall findings, I think it is crucial that we reduce our plastic use because it is just so bad for the environment and we use way too much. We also need to figure out a better way to stop wasting food and make sure we buy enough so where we don't have too much, but we have the right amount for us to eat throughout the week. So now that week 3 is over, I think it's time to summarize my results. So the book defines any archaeological site as a location in which physical evidence of human activity exists. That would explain our location as our garbage shows evidence that human habitation existed here. I think archaeologists in the future would use our trash from today as an artifact. Introducing archaeology states that an artifact is any object that shows evidence of having been manufactured, modified, or used by people. Trash. Almost everything we throw away has been used, modified, or manufactured by us. From there, they would study all of our patterns, such as all the things that we use on a daily basis, to try to conclude what our lives might have been like. In Dr. Camp's lectures, she shows examples of many artifacts that archaeologists have found throughout the years in many different places. For example, she discusses coins found in Chinatown, a porcelain doll named Mabel found in a privy. A privy is a historical toilet. And she also talks about informal midden. Midden is exactly what we're talking about for this project that we have going on right now. Midden is just another word for archaeological trash. Some examples of this that she talked about in her lecture include plastic bottles from German Nazi POW camps. I think it's really cool to think about how simple things that we don't really think about, like our trash, can be used in the future to kind of assess how we live. Artifacts can range from anything from artwork to even the things that we throw away on a daily basis. I think one day when archaeologists are digging up things from our past, they're going to wonder why we were so wasteful, why we used so many products that weren't good for the environment. They'll probably be a little mad too. Hopefully we can make changes now that will affect that and make our lives better. Which brings me to my next topic. What do we throw away regularly, and how has that changed due to COVID-19? As I stated multiple times throughout my weekly vlogs, plastic was number 1. You can see that in the pie chart that I showed previously. We also use a lot of food waste, and I think a part of that was because restaurants being closed, we had to make food for ourselves. Whether that was homemade or from frozen, we had lots of waste from either wasting food or producing food. Also, just being home more often automatically means we're going to be throwing away more items at home. I think because of COVID-19, but we also didn't waste as much school supplies as we would have. Having online class, we were able to take notes on computers and not have to use as many pencils and things like that. Overall, I think there are definitely a lot of changes we need to make so we are making more sustainable and eco-friendly choices in our waste. Thank you!